Hey, this is IndigoMusic.com. I'm Rohit, and yet another Experience Sessions. I've got two individuals with me, two independent artists. I've got Veer and I've got Shivin. Welcome to IndigoMusic.com.
Thank you.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine, Shivin. How was your day? I got to know that you're just back from school.
Yeah, like nowadays Mumbai has a lot of traffic, so
Yeah.
yeah, I'm just caught up in all of that. School's going good and everything, and of course it's like great to be playing guitar after school. So yeah.
Fantastic. Now we'll talk about your guitar and your composition, but I wanted to start off with Veer. Now Veer has worked with a certain radio station before. He knows how radio works and he knows how things are. Shivin, let's talk about some of your productions. Like, what is the inspiration that you get, especially when you start with a particular song?
So I'll start off with the guitar solo because that's what I mainly look forward to in a song, being a guitarist. So first, when I first hear the track, of course, like it sets in a mood. Like if I'm hearing a very rock or heavy bass track, then I may want to shred a lot and play a lot of fast notes. But if I'm hearing a mellow track like what this song was, then I like to play like a bit of a slower solo, a bit like more like a bit more feel in my solo. So yeah, so like when I first heard this song, I was really surprised because like the other songs that I've worked on, it's like um production heavy and everything. So I depend like that depends on what my solo is gonna be, right? So
Right.
when I first started this song, like this song was made in lockdown, right? So I had to
Yes.
be on a Zoom call with him, and like it took a very long time to like set up the audio and everything. Yeah, so it was a good experience. Yeah.
Fantastic. Now, let's talk about the production. Like, how did you, think about this? How did you imagine this track, and how did it come out?
So the thing is that I always have this thing of working with every new artist that I can for Spotify. So if you listen to my Spotify, you'll get a wide range of artists who are singing different songs.
Right.
So I had made this song during lockdown. At that time, I was listening to Bollywood of Broken Dreams.
All right.
Because when you listen to the song, the starting, you will feel कि अरे ये तो वैसे ही sound कर रहा है. But it's not intentional. Like, I didn't say कि okay, ठीक है, let's copy, because the chord progression is the same.
All right. Okay.
So while composing this thing, I was producing it and I was writing the lyrics on my phone side by side.
Right.
So I got the entire thing done and I felt like, that I wanted it to be a very like, a pop kind of track, but not too heavy on the production and all, because, a lot of tracks, they have like, 100 tracks in one song and all that, which doesn't necessarily mean that the song is good.
Yeah.
You can make a really good song even with 10 to 20 tracks in a session.
Yeah.
So first I got down the entire rhythm arrangement, then I did the keys, then I did the synth chords, and I had just played some power chords on the software for the thing. And then when it came to the guitar, to the solo part, I had just left one piece of this song empty.
Right.
So like, I want Shivin to do this thing. Like, I cannot imagine anybody else doing, because he and I have worked together on another song. It was called Bas Tu Hi Hai. It was released in April 21.
Okay.
For that, he played not only the solo, but also the strumming and the rhythm patterns.
Right. Right.
So for this thing, I wanted him to do the solo. And what the thing was, it was done during lockdown. And obviously, because at that time, the vaccines were not open for children.
Okay.
So he couldn't come to the studio to do the thing.
All right.
So
Yeah.
I sent him the track and I told him, you listen to it and you tell me what kind of solo you get in mind, because like I don't get into the creative process of the other people. I let them imagine the way how they are seeing the song.
Yeah.
Because Shivin, of course, like he's a really good guitarist and he can obviously play better than I can. And I believe that if you are working with somebody who's better than you don't need to use your brains in that department.
Correct. Yeah, that makes sense. Yes, absolutely makes sense.
So I sent it to him and I was like, so we just fiddled around. He had recorded it through his amp simulator, through his pedal board, if I'm not mistaken. So
That in
Yeah,
Logic, and then I recorded and I sent him the
yeah,
track.
yeah. He put it through his pedal board, and then we had done a couple of takes. Like, okay, like, okay, I'm happy with this thing, and he just sent me the wave file, and I put it back into the session. And then once the entire thing was done, then Ashni came over in September, because that is the time when we both took our vaccines.
Right.
So she had come over in September, and she did the track, and she was like, "यार pitch बहुत कम है." Like, I said, okay, ठीक है. So
Uh-huh.
I just bumped up the pitch from E minor to F sharp. So I bumped it up by 2 semitones.
Okay.
And within 3 hours flat, the song was done. And this
Wow.
song was done while we were eating waffles.
That's so cool. I mean, sometimes it's just that one moment that things get done, which sometimes they'll be taking a lot of time, but suddenly, in that one moment it
I
gets
know.
done. And
You know
now,
what I feel? What I
yeah,
feel, sorry to cut you out, but
no,
what I feel, like, if you're spending a lot of time on something, ना, एक तो you lose the inspiration कि अभी मेरे को करना नहीं है, मैं bore हो गया.
yes,
So in that moment, if you can do it, that's the best, because you will not get that kind of magic and emotion when you come back the next day.
right, absolutely. Now, what's in store next? Now, yeah, Shadow of My Life, of course. What's in store next, Veer and Shivin, in your collaborations, or is it going to be solo? How's it looking?
So for me, my second song, as I said, Arzu, that I had done with this artist Rashmi, who stays
Right.
in the US.
Right,
So in that, I didn't actually use a guitar at all.
right,
It is just strings, and it is just like, soft piano and that kind of thing. It's not a heavy kind of production. So that is one song that has been picked up for Song Due TV.
okay.
That is my thing. For Shivin, I will be giving him a lot more music once I start making stuff, and I feel that that he needs to play wherever he needs to play. But I'll be definitely doing a lot more projects with him. So Shadow of My Life was one, and Bas Tu Hi Hai was the second one that we had done.
Fantastic. Shivin, what's your plans? What do you want to be now? You're in school. Are you looking at music as your full-time career?
Yeah, I'm actually so I'm in Oberoi, and Oberoi, the JVLR campus, and currently right now I'm in my 10th grade, so there are a lot of other studies and all that I need to focus on while
Right.
like doing music. So currently I'm playing with a couple of bands like Vidya, and then now I have my own band which is like going to play at Stable soon.
Super.
So I'm doing a lot of gigs, and even with there's this drummer who reached out to me, and now we're gonna like create a new song together, but that's gonna be mainly heavy metal based, and it's gonna be instrumental. So yeah, basically I'm just doing a lot of the stuff.
Fantastic. Veer and Shivin, thank you so much for connecting. Thank you so much for taking your time out and having this chat. The song will be playing out on radio right here in Bangalore and in Goa, and we'll connect soon once you guys release a brand new track again, and we'll have this all over again.
Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
thank you.
All right. Bye bye.